Hello, welcome to, just had to make sure my mic was on. Welcome to the first game of this series, PP versus HH. I already forgot, it already flew out of my head what these teams were. The Five Fishies versus the Hikikomori Havers. This will be an exciting one. We've got some substitutions, some weird, potentially weird positions being played by HH today. Maybe that shakeup will be exactly what is needed to help them win this series. The odds are not particularly in their favor. If you read the running it down, you'll see that the odds were definitely being predicted towards PP winning. And I can't really blame them. PP undefeated so far with HH not having won a match yet. Looking at the bans, got Skarner. Skarner was actually an interesting one. I saw there wasn't really people playing Skarner regularly in their ranked games, but on each team there was one person that had a singular game of Skarner played where they each had 7 kills and no deaths. So pretty good one game performance. It doesn't really say a whole lot, but regardless, Skarner's strong champ right now, and it's going to be banned out of this game. On top of that, banning away both the Jinx and the Caitlyn, two very impressive champions. Jin's still open though. I wonder if we're going to have Jin picked up for PP in the early picks. Seraphine grabbed early for HH. Not how sure I feel about that being a first pick. I feel like the Seraphine's not really going to be sort of contested. I mean, I understand if you want to pick it now because you want to try and counterpick other things, and you just know you're going to take the Seraphine. Obviously, Natsuyuki has quite a bit of games on Seraphine, so I imagine they're going to put Natsuyuki into the ADC role still. The only reason I'm still speculating on that is because there was some substitutions, and they were not 100% sure on what roles they were going to be playing, potentially. Or they were just trying to hide it from PP. Who knows? The Malzahar being picked up. Gotta love Malzahar, and by gotta love Malzahar, I mean you gotta hate Malzahar, because his R just absolutely locking you down, keeping you in place, being so oppressive. But honestly, if PP just has enough carries and has enough kind of skill under their belt, which based on the performance it seems like they do, then locking down one person might not be enough. But the Seraphine ult, the Malzahar ult, both of those ults are going to be extremely oppressive. So far, PP really for big kind of massive team fight impact, the Ashe ult is the only thing that they have, which isn't too crazy. I mean, it's a long stun. It's a long stun, but if they use it close range in a team fight, not too long of a stun, obviously. So I'll be interested to see how that really plays out in the team fights. Kendrick getting banned away, that's like Saw Dude's second most played jungler, so obviously a good ban. The Warwick still open though. I wonder if they're going to go for that one next, because I mean, Saw Dude just has an insane amount of games on Warwick, and I feel like if you're not, I feel like if your team is maybe not necessarily one of the best, Warwick might be scary. Warwick could definitely have an easy time running you down. But I suppose with the Malzahar, maybe the plan is once the Warwick goes in, he's just done for. You just press the R on him, and it is over. Especially with Seraphine and Malzahar, pretty easy to just have, like... Well, you don't even necessarily need a burn item in Malzahar, but on Seraphine, she could probably have a burn item pretty easily. Especially now with Blackfire Torch being in existence, you can either take Liandry's or Blackfire Torch, and you can have a burn item and just constantly have Grievous Wounds on Warwick. So that could really help to negate that out. Is this a Braum Seraphine combo? Usually I would think you'd go kind of like 2 poke champs, or maybe like a poke and like a roam, or not a poke and a roam, but like a Seraphine and roam, or maybe just like Seraphine and like something to sustain. A Braum is just definitely not what I would pair with a Seraphine unless I am just massively misreading where everything is going in this comp. But it looks like it's going to be Seraphine Braum bot. Not the most amazing combo. Sejuani getting locked in for the 5 fishies, which, I mean, that's a jungler that personally I love, but, I mean, we're not in that kind of bracket where we need to be like, but how many melee champs do we have? Does Thresh count as melee for Sejuani's passive? I'm not 100% sure, because there's the Thresh and Rakan are 2 champs that Riot is very weird about in terms of that, but it's actually going to be Sejuani top. One of my favorite junglers, but gonna be top lane. Thresh counts as ranged? Okay, I figured. So that's only one fellow teammate that can proc it, but since it's top laner and your jungler is the one fellow teammate that can proc it, that's pretty alright. That's pretty alright. Gonna be getting a Volley Bear. That was the final pick for HH, and hopefully we can get those picks locked into the client and into the game soon. But until then, let's have a look at these team comps. Because, I mean, already, PP's bot lane Thresh Ashe versus Seraphine Braum is kind of just favored. I mean, the Braum, admittedly, I wasn't thinking about it earlier, the Braum can, like, be pretty good at helping to disengage from the Thresh when the Thresh, if the Thresh hits a hook on Seraphine. But with how far back Seraphine can be, you would maybe think it would be pretty difficult, but I thought I just heard Blitzcrank locked in. I got confused. I had to look at the client. But what was I saying? Right, with how far range Seraphine would be, you'd think it would be able to stay back from the Thresh, but a lot of Threshes will just I don't think Thresh has innate move speed, maybe he does, but I know a lot of Threshes build mobility boots so that they can literally just run at you in lane and hit you with a hook. But for sure, I mean, bot lane definitely I would think is a lot more sided towards PP. If nothing happens in the early game, I think that PP's bot lane will just have more impact in the late game just because they do have an AD carry, whereas HH is pretty lacking in the damage. I mean, you have Rek'Sai, Malzahar and Seraphine, they will be doing damage. Volibear, I don't know what the build's going to be. So yeah, I'm not too confident on this one. I gotta say, game one, it's looking like PP. I'm not even sure about Rek'Sai's power. Like, I know that Rek'Sai, closer to the rework, was, I think, on the rework was like alright. Patch after the rework was pretty good. I'm not sure how good Rek'Sai is still currently. I would pull up another tab, but it's gonna screw things up. We're gonna screw things up real quick. Usually I like to get a tier list pulled up. Yeah, Rek'Sai's doing, he's alright. He's doing alright. So hopefully that's a good one, but I mean, I don't know, it's hard because I just really, I'm struggling to see the angle at which HH wins. Like, you have the Seraphine ults to be huge in a team fight, potentially, but then I feel like not a lot combos off of that. I mean, you have the Rek'Sai knockup. They just have a lot of like CCs to help set up for things, but then not really a whole lot of follow-up. I mean, the Seraphine Braum ult combo, I mean, I don't know. One-shot them? Maybe Ashe. Maybe Victor too, actually. Mage just got a little bit squishier after they stopped putting like every stat on every mage item. It actually made you like choose. So like maybe Ashe and Victor, but like Sejuani, Kayn, Thresh, nah. Even Victor probably. I don't know. Nah, you weren't lying. You're calling out facts. Oh, two-shot, because two ults. I see. Yeah, of course. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. Still. But I suppose I haven't seen Seraphine APC in a while, though. So I'm a little biased. I suppose I'm a little biased on that aspect still. Because I've just seen, like, just useless Seraphines. That's all I see. But yeah, overall, I don't know. It feels like very likely early game. Probably not a whole lot's gonna happen. Maybe something topside happens. I feel like the Rek'Sai is gonna probably try to focus the bot lane for the ganks, because that's kind of the only thing you want to get ahead. Really, like, I mean, like, because like I feel like the Seraphine Braum lane is kind of playing to just counter engage with the Thresh. Like the Braum is just, the Seraphine's just there to be an APC, and the Braum's just there to counter the Thresh. And then you bring the Rek'Sai in to hopefully get the Seraphine fed. And then, like, maybe slap a Darkseal on Seraphine and then she carries the game. Yeah, even my cat's coming over here to tell me that HH is getting destroyed. We have another minute until we can get in the game. But during that minute, how about we look at kind of how about, can you guys give me some insight on the Sejuani Volibear top lane, maybe? Okay, I'll show the cat. And while I show the cat, we could talk about some Sejuani Volibear. So, like, Sejuani is pretty strong, no? Like, if she can manage to hit her freeze, which is pretty easy, it does a big chunk of damage. But Volibear, you know, he's got that tower diving. I feel like it depends. I don't know the Volibear build anymore, because there was like a while where he was just going like this AP one-shot towers, run down side lanes. So I don't know, I'll have to see. Finally, hopping onto the game. It is a Grasp Volley, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be that new, like, kind of can't die build where it was... I feel like largely kind of just... Wasn't it just like... Spirit Visage and Unending Despair, maybe also a... What's that item? Iceborne Gauntlet, or whatever they call it nowadays.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
Oh boy, teams gonna be walking into each other here. The Thresh getting an absolutely annihilated. First blood going into the Blitz's pocket. Flash gonna be spent by Mithril trying to get away. Everybody gonna be able to get it back off of that. Malzahar now starting with an extra amped tome. Not gonna go for the big Giga Chad Dark Seal First Blood. It's probably smart. And yep, as Bucci said, obviously HH is gonna win this match now because they got that First Blood in the first minute. Both junglers starting top side. Assuming we're likely gonna see Vivian head for the bot side quite quick. Or perhaps a full clear into bot side. I forgot that that's like the thing now. I'm used to like... I don't know, I don't remember when I stopped playing jungle, but I played jungle when it was a lot of just 3 camps. Vivian going for the invades. They have the prio. Unfortunately, Sawdude's already cleared out all of those camps. So they will be kind of just wasting their time a little bit. I'm not sure if I just heard a firework or a lightning, and hopefully that doesn't mean my power's about to go out. Sawdude is at bot lane right now taking Scuttle. Hopefully... Ooh, I was about to say hopefully that means that he's gone by the time that Vivian clears their camps and goes for a bot gank, but it looks like Sawdude is going to press in deeper here. Not going to get too much there. Obviously pressing it that deep in this side of the jungle, not a very good idea, because even if you have prio, your lane's definitely not going to rotate there first. And so spotting Vivian will make you back away. Oh, it was Volibear E? Yeah, it probably was. Because it's probably just a bug making it deafeningly loud. Malzahar pushing Kayn back from the scuttle. Vivian coming down now. Try something with Sawdude, able to hop through the walls and get away with ease. Yeah, not too much happening. No Rek'Sai ganks yet. Might have Rek'Sai go in here. Sergeant Mithril taking a tower shot. Vivian flashing forward. Mithril having flash back up now, being able to get away. Can safely walk away from that gank. Queso getting a hook, but it doesn't look like it's going to result in too much. That Braum counter engage doing too much, but Braum will have to spend a flash to guarantee his life there. Teleport spent by Seraphine to get back to the lane fast and keep that CS up. Needs those items, needs that damage, because she is basically the only person that's going to be doing damage on her team. Except that Volibear did take a Blasting Wand first. PP was able to take the first drag. Vivian able to smartly take the grubs in response. And now is going to move in to the top jungle, do some counter jungling. Same time, Sawdude looking for a gank. His health bar is a little bit low. Going to get the Braum passive on him, but he's just able to walk away through those walls against something. Might have been able to happen there for a second, but not quite, not quite. He's looking low, he's looking risky. Vivian coming in for the top gank. I don't know if they're going to be able to do a whole lot though. Mithril next to his tower, but his health bar is dropping low. Volibear disabling the tower. Mithril is getting low, is going to have to try and find an alternate way out of there. If they have the Q up in time, they might be able to get out of there, but nope, Vivian is going to dive back onto them. Wandering Monarch finishing them off. And that will be another kill for HH. And hopefully Volibear will be building some big damage and helping to carry this game. I wasn't too sure about the build he's going to be going since he started Grasp, but seeing the Blasting Wand has me a little hopeful that maybe he'll have some big damage. Might just see like the big AP split pushing Volibear, or maybe some new crazy Korean tech. Who knows? Not really crazy Korean tech, but not so fast. Man, despite what I said in draft about Vivian wanting to prioritize bot lane, we have seen Sawdude bot lane way more often than we have seen Vivian bot lane. We've seen Vivian top lane a lot. Rod of Ages, Flicker Blade, Spirit Visage, Frozen Heart. Oh, Spirit Visage or Frozen Heart. Okay. Yeah, it's changed a lot over the past few patches, I feel. Or the past few months, maybe. So I know maybe a month ago it was like Spirit Visage Unending Despair, Iceborne Gauntlet or something. Or maybe that was like just an ARAM thing or something. I don't know. But Volibear had like a win rate spike recently, didn't he? In like the past patch or two. Saw dude showing himself top there, not going to be able to get a successful gank, but it will give Vivian some information as Vivian heads towards the grubs. They're spawning up soon. Monarch hovering nearby. Looks like they want to start something. Vivian coming in close. Vivian now engaging on Sawdude. Sawdude getting stunned up. Wandering Monarch going in with the ult. Mithril throwing the ult wide. Vivian using the ult to get back onto Sawdude. Sawdude using his ult though to hop up inside of Vivian. But it's not going to matter too much as 3 people are there. And he's not going to get much healing off of that as he doesn't have form yet. Oh, I did forget about the ejector timers. And my map is a little large.
Strike like that.
HH able to secure all 6 grubs. While PP is going to secure their second big dragon. Going to be contested a little bit. Vivian going in. The TP coming from Monarch. Seraphine ult coming out. Is going to hit everybody. Going to have some stuns locked up here. But not a whole lot of damage coming out as I predicted. They are going to be able to take out Vermilion. But PP will be able to safely disengage Vivian, though, using the ult to go back in. Sawdude falling down to Vivian. That's going to end up being 2 kills for HH there. But PP did still secure the drag. Now we're going to have a TP in here. The Fresh Lantern dragging out his teammate to help finish off Monarch. Punishing him for just trying to knock on that tower. But honestly, I feel like HH has found an angle that I wasn't able to fully predict in the draft. The angle of just getting 6 grubs and getting a fast attacking AP volley smacking towers. Because if he does go Flicker Blades and Rite of Ages, which he's already built Rite of Ages, and he has a dagger now, so I'm pretty sure you were right. That is what he's doing. I didn't doubt you, but now we know for sure. That they're definitely going to be able to do some big chunks of damage to towers. Both mid laners picking up Blackfire Torch. Definitely a balance item that you don't see on every champion and every mage. I don't know. Actually, Blackfire Torch doesn't feel that crazy, but at the same time it does. Sometimes I see it and it just does 0 damage, and sometimes I see it and it's like just crazy. I mean, I know like you're supposed to like synergize it with Liandry's, but I mean, even sometimes when I see it with Liandry's, it's just doing nothing. Queso trying to get an engage there, but Braum obviously able to just disengage. Big counter, just like any hook champion. Vivian going for the potential tower dive here. They're going to disable the tower. Kind of unnecessary ult, because you could have just finished it off.
A gift from the Freljord.
Sergeant and Mithril might be able to get away, but Vivian, the damage is big. The Titanic Hydra doing a lot. And Monarch able to finish off the kill.
Not so fast!
Please, sweet. Sit down and listen up.
Bot lane kind of going how I thought, kind of. I did think it was going to be a very sort of just inactive lane. I did think that Vivian was going to try and gank bot some more. Pretty sure that like PP's bot lane has been pushed up a lot most of the time. Wandering Monarch definitely doing exactly what I anticipated, getting a lot of some of that split pushing tower damage going. And honestly, when you're outmatched, sometimes some split pushing power can be great. The Ash Arrow gonna lock down Monarch in place. Sawdude and Mithril able to take him down. Anyways, was I saying something before that arrow hit? Volibear, split pushing pressure, really good for if you're outmatched because it allows you to just like be on the opposite side of the map, have TP up. You can like giga push a tower while your team is like near an objective or looking at an objective. Force one or two people to come to you and then teleport away to the objective, and you have both likely done some good tower damage and also helped secure an objective. Or alternatively, if the enemy team is just entirely there and destroying your team, then it can just be a case where you just keep pushing and let your team lose. And speaking of letting your team lose, Vivian gonna fall there. Not really his team's fault. Just kind of an unfortunate situation. I mean, it was odd. I'm just leaving it at that. The situation was a little odd. We were all watching it. We saw it happen. Wandering Monarch flashing in there, gonna get hooked. The Ash flashing away from the ult. Wandering Monarch getting locked up, trying to survive for as long as possible. Blitz Sprite dies to the burning from Vermilion. There's so much going on at different little spots. But it's overall going to end up in more of an advantage for PP as they're going to be able to secure their third drag. HH, this might be the time where they start to really fall behind. It might be where we start to see the game just massively shift towards PP.
Faster than my
Gonna see a
arrows,
massive
I think
shift in the PP. At this point, both mid laners pretty close to having both their burn items. I mean, Malzahar pretty close at least. Victor already having it. Volibear does have that Flicker Blades. Rod of Ages. His Rod of Ages is finished. Hopefully he could find some room to perhaps split push. Honestly, personally, I feel like that maybe what HH wants to do is kind of just throw him bot lane, have Seraphine kind of just collect waves top or mid. Because currently this situation isn't great for her, apparently. Ooh, the Seraphine ult coming out. Vermilion's gonna get locked up for a while, but not gonna have too much to follow up that until Monarch runs in. Trying his best to grab him down. Blitz Sprite coming in for the intercept. Monarch able to finish them off. Ash Arrow, Crystal Arrow going wide. Vivian able to get under the tower. Monarch coming in with the teleport to help them out in case they went for a dive. Layla here as well. Mithril getting knocked up now. HH might turn this chase into a kill for themselves, but Mithril able to get pulled away by Queso. Blitz Sprite trying to follow them in. The ult's still available. The ult's going to go onto the Ashe. Ashe able to cleanse it and get away.
My shield is here for you.
Meanwhile, Natsuki able to take a tower for their
Blue team's
team.
turret has been destroyed.
And now HH does have control over the Baron area. I don't think that they're going to start it, though. So I don't really think that they can do it with these characters. I think it's going to be actually pretty hard for them to do it. Even if all 5 of them are there. Well, I mean, Fly Baron Rek'Sai will do decent damage. But definitely not enough to start it right in front of PP. Even if they have control over the area.
Let's fly.
Drake coming up in 30. EP looking at that side of the map, looking to establish some dominance, while HH is already grabbing it.
Strike quickly. Sit down and listen up.
Four to 3 in the mid lane right now, but it's about to become 5 to 4.
I won't miss.
All teammates gathered up. 5 to 5. If a big team fight happens here, it might result in a Baron for whoever wins. This fight could be the real show of if HH was really cooking with their comp. 2 flashes coming out, trying to get away from Rek'Sai, but Rek'Sai is going to be able to find the knockup. Seraphine ult following up, monitoring Monarch, trying to flash away. Saw Dude and Mithril just not dying and just dealing so much damage, but Saw Dude finally getting his health chipped down, chipped away. HH managing to find the kills with the little bit of health they have left. Vermilion and Queso, the only 2 left. Queso trying his best to run away, but won't be able to make it away. Vermilion will be able to make it away, not able to secure it too much himself. That is going to be Dragon for HH.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Sit down and listen up.
I mean, HH, they're embarrassing the predictions right now. Right now. Except I just cast a curse on them. So, it's over. It's over for them. Volibear, looks like he's picking up the Iceborne Gauntlet. If that's still what it's called. I can't remember. I feel like the name has changed 15 times in the past 10 minutes.
Stampede. Ah.
My shield is here for you.
HH gaining dominance in the 2 lanes neighboring Baron. Both Monarch and Splits have TPs available in case they want to do a little cooking. A little map split pushing into a... I don't know how to rhyme this one, but Baron TP. So it's not even Seraphine AP carry, it is just Seraphine support that farms. Vermilion gonna get caught in between a rock and a hard place. Vivian able to help Blitz get that kill, but PP now gonna start Baron now that they know Rek'Sai's across the map. But HH does a good job at teasing them a little, making them pull off and onto it, forcing them to pull off of it completely. Natsuki a little out of position, gonna have to flash back. The ult's not really hitting anybody but Queso. TP coming in from Monarch. They're gonna run in. Rek'Sai knock up. Gonna do some work, but is it going to do enough? Two of them dropping low and dying. Sawdude going in on Monarch. Monarch getting back so much health though in an instant, but he's still going to die anyways. 2 of HH trying to get away. Resist trying to chase up, but will not be able to really catch the towers there. But it does look like that is going to result in a Baron for PP. Had a lot of drags. Had some decent fights. And now finally, hard work pays off. They're going to pick up this Baron. Now it's going to be a tough one. For sure, for HH. I mean, although look at the map. PP has like no damage on any of their towers. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. It's some damage, but it's only the outer towers. HH has already taken out a tower in each lane, and they have this Volibear that has high split pushing potential. If things go really south, this Volibear could be doing some insane split pushing. But overall, I don't think that PP is going to get too much out of this Baron, apart from just the raw buffs that it gives passively. I don't think they're going to get too much really siege damage done, although they might be able to opt out of drag here, take that mid tower, maybe even take 2 mid towers if they just decide to fully decommit from drag. Let HH have that second drag. They are going to take 1 tower. They're going to come back to the fight. Honestly, smarter than what I said, because they definitely have the damage and potential to fight this. HH has crazy teamfight ults, which makes it hard for PP to really go in, but if HH can just bait him out, can find a way to get around them, or find a good engage, then it's just PP's fight. Ooh, that hook narrowly missing Natsuyuki. Man, we've been dancing around drag for how long now? Somebody start a timer. Somebody get a stopwatch going. Neither team is even letting that much poke damage. Ult coming out on Sawdude. Sawdude's over the wall. Vivian diving over the wall to try and chase up with him. Flashing over the wall to bring Sawdude into his team. But his team has also gone over the wall. Vermilion taking down Layla. Monarch trying to get away. PP looking like they're having the advantage here. Going to take down Monarch. There's only 3 left. They're all low in health. Sawdude deep in on them. Queso might be able to land a hook, make something happen here. He gets a hook onto Vivian. The crystal arrow hitting him. Follow up. He buffers it though with a Z, but it's not going to be enough. Vermilion taking out the Rek'Sai. And that is going to be Soul finally, potentially. But yes, it already got taken. I'm so blind. I was so distracted by everything else happening. I didn't even notice the Soul getting taken in the middle of all of that. PP already securing their Soul and securing that fight. And now they're going to take this mid turret.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, despite the Baron buff wearing off, PP did still manage to pick up 2, not even just 2, but 3 towers. Put some pressure on the map. HH's only hope really here is kind of just... It's almost just to cheese the fight. They have to cheese the fight and have Volibear split push. I feel like it's the only way they can win this. Is have Volibear split push and then have him TP in when you want to fight, or when you start a fight, because you don't need Volibear's ult to start the fight. But have Volibear split push, try and cheese the fight with a Seraphine R, Braum R, Rek'Sai knock-up combo, place down a ward in the fight, have Volibear TP in, and just hope that something happens, but really it's hard.
Let fly.
Monarch and Vivian going to be joining up here to take the tower. Mithril uses the ult on Monarch. Not going to be able to do too much. Monarch doesn't have any of those tank items that kind of punishes you when somebody attacks you under tower. But PP is going to start taking drag off of this. Hopefully HH will push hard on this bottom lane. Hopefully maybe get an inhib. Ooh, but Queso gonna land a hook on Natsuyuki. The lantern going so far. Shutdown coming over. And HH is falling so low at the bot tower at the same time.
Stand behind Bro.
PP with Baron. And kind of with big damage advantage. I feel like could just kind of try to force something mid. Maybe. Mid's quite damaged. Or they could just maybe 1-3-1. Nah, no, you don't want to 1-3-1. Monarch getting caught out here. TP coming in by Blitz to try and help him out. Gonna suppress Kane, but it just doesn't do anything to him. Still at full health after all of that. Sorry, that was not Kane, that was Thresh. I'm so... maybe it was... I can't keep track. I'm too zoomed out, so everybody looks the same.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Lead our way.
Not so fast.
PP though now going to be stomping through the top lane. A hook catching Layla. Layla going to get wombo comboed by their ults. They're supposed to be the wombo team, but now they're getting womboed. Natsuki and Vivian, the only two left. The charm coming out, but it's just not enough of a wombo. We wombo, I wombo, he, she wombo, and they are going to wombo their way to winning game 1 of this series.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And based on the sounds I was hearing in my ears, game 2 will be starting soon. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, look at those damage graphs. I mean, the Malzahar damage was decent. I should switch off of this, though. Don't want to spoil the whole screen. In case you didn't read the... I already forgot what it was called. Running It Down. Wall Slater, Player of the Week for last week. Congratulations. Looks like it is going to be... HH on Blue's side for the second game. And perhaps more substitutions happening. Some more interesting things that we'll get to see later. I go back in. Am I still okay? I guess. I'm just trying to see if I can look at. No. Okay. Just trying to see if I can see the damage script. Well, I wonder if I can look at OPGG and see it. I see the stats in OPGG. But hopefully next draft should be starting soon ish. Hopefully this time we get just not not that kind of comp from HH. I kind of just I don't want to see a Seraphine bot lane again unless you're gonna have like a Tristana mid or something. But just don't bring me a Seraphine bot lane. I mean, they did have Kate and Jinx banned, which is like two of Natsuki's good champs. So, I mean, I guess that's maybe why. I can't 100% remember how all that stuff went, how all the bans and such went. But I'm pretty sure Jinx and Caitlyn were in the first three. But yeah, for sure HH needs to just basically not draft how they just did, because that was, I mean, it's just like they had a lot of setup and then not really anything that capitalized off of that setup. So it's just too many eggs in one basket. You gotta spread them out. Balance those eggs out. But I mean, I do gotta say, if we're talking about, I mean, since it's on the bottom of my screen right now, if we want to start talking about player of the week for this week, for the next running it down, Queso at least was looking like player of that game. Maybe he had some really good hooks. Sure, there were some misses. Everybody has misses, but he had some really good hooks and some really far lanterns. That was some really good control over the lantern hook balance. Able to honestly, I mean, like I feel like his hook there at the end, if you can remember the hook and lantern combo at the end there, I feel like helped them catch out. I don't remember who they caught out, but they caught out somebody topside in HH's side, and then basically just ran it down top after that and won the game. So honestly, it was not Tsuyuki. That's who they hit a hook on, I'm pretty sure. But honestly, whilst that hook wasn't like crazy, kind of a game-winning hook in a way. I'm starting to doubt myself that it was not Tsuyuki for some reason. Doesn't really matter. They hooked somebody in there. Yeah, took him out. Just went up top lane and then won the game. I mean, just getting those little, especially because of how HH's comps worked with the Wombo, getting those little picks is so hugely impactful against them. So, like, honestly, Queso kind of like the sleeper carry of that game. Well, while the players are discussing what seems to be the weather, I'm going to bring us just to this. I'll just bring us right back. We'll be right back whenever these players are ready for draft. are back. Like a minute after I left. We are back. Game 2. Yes, okay. I updated everything. Just had to make sure. Game 2. Fixing bands. Gonna have the Blitzcrank. Do I still have the second Chrome? Goodness gracious, I do still have the second Chrome tab open. Good. The Blitzcrank banned away. Aatrox banned away. Jinx. Seraphine banned away? I almost would have let him pick it again. I want you to pick it again. Please, please pick it again. It's almost like they're helping HH with that ban. And come on, HH has to pick up Caitlyn here, right? You have to pick up Caitlyn. Okay, the Xerath. Xerath support with the Caitlyn. Surely that's what's happening, right? Surely PP doesn't take Caitlyn here, right? Skarner picked up, that's quite exciting. As I said before, previously I didn't scout out the past league games. Unfortunately, I was a little busy, I didn't have the time, and I've been meaning to catch up on the games, but I haven't. Sorry about that. So I've only looked at the OPGGs, and it's just Skarner is like a champ that like has been played by like one person on each team with in one game each with insanely good KDA. So it's exciting to see that here, but also Skarner's just a good champion, and I'm sure he's been played in other matches in this season. But it's just a funny and also exciting one to see. Ashe locked in. Not a bad one. Not a bad one for sure. Definitely definitely a decent choice. Gonna be an Ashe Taric. Perfect when your ADC doesn't position well. And also perfect for when the hook support might hook your ADC and go in on them, and maybe you'll stun them. Or maybe the ADC will position poorly. But hopefully, they would stun them. Way picked up in mid. Against the Xerath. Way is annoying. He's a champ that's not exactly hard to play, but I can't be bothered to like invest the like 1 minute it takes to learn all 9 skills. Technically 10, but I really gotta learn the R. The R is like the most basic thing, but it's just like I don't know, having to remember Q, QW, QE. Like it's kind of easy to remember them because Riot does a really good job at making like abilities kind of intuitive as to like which one is on what, but at the same time I just can't be bothered. Jhin, Caitlyn, banned away. Good solid bans there, honestly. I feel like that's really gonna back their ADC up into a corner. Their ADC was mostly Jhin, Jinx, and Kate. Jhin, Jinx, Kate, all banned away. So it is going to push PP's ADC into a corner, although I'm sure they can pull something out. Sivir not fully what I was expecting, but Sivir can be really annoying to play against in lane. I kind of think the Ashtark might win this one, though. The Trundle? Are we getting the Trundle? We're getting the Trundle. And the Udyr in the jungle, I'm sure. And then back on over to the other side, get our final pick in here. And then I'd be excited to talk about how these comps land, especially compared to last game. So already it's looking better. Not perfect, but better. Maybe it is perfect. I'm not fully thinking about it yet. I kind of want to see what these final picks are. Maokai in the jungle, I'm assuming Skarner top. Or is Maokai better top now? I feel like it's gotta be better jungle, right? Let's have a look at this. I mean, Skarner jungle is insane right now. So is Skarner top. So that doesn't really mean anything. Definitely not support. Definitely, it's gotta be jungle, right? So we have... We'll just go from top to bottom. Looks like the Trundle versus the Skarner. Obviously, kind of know how these go. Trundle should be pretty good dueling these. Although Skarner is a lot more health stacking. I don't think that Trundle's as effective against just raw health stacking, is he? Because doesn't he kind of like... He absorbs like mostly resistances. He also absorbs health too, but I think he's it's like mostly resistances? Can't remember. But regardless, I mean, he's got 3 big, strong, thick men to choose from to start sucking off. That's the path I went down. Udyr jungle versus the Maokai jungle. I wonder, I haven't seen Udyr in like ages. I've been so ARAM pilled lately because of the ARAM clash. So I've mainly just been seeing ARAM Udyr, which is just the super annoying full AP. But as far as I'm aware, Udyr jungle, it's like an AP start into tank, I believe. So maybe we'll get to see some of that, see how that kind of plays out. The Xerath versus Hwei, I mean, mobile mages kind of making a comeback for a while. Not for a while. Actually, it's probably like ages ago that it was super unviable having a mobile mage, but you know, 2 mobile mages. Although Hwei has so much utility, but Xerath has so much damage. Xerath also does have a lot of people to stand between him and the enemy team, and not stand with him facing the enemy team. So pretty good for him. A lot for him to hide behind and poke from. And the Ashtark also feels good. At least better than Seraphine Braum. Seraphine Braum's a rough one, but Ashtark definitely feeling a lot better. Not sure about Taric. I feel like Taric hasn't been like good like ever almost, but he's always been okay. Every character in League is usually pretty okay though. But Taric is just, man, I never see this guy. But look at that jawline. Like, he's such a Chad, he just wins the lane already. Especially, I mean, actually, I feel like there's not too much to win here, though. Because Taric, again, it's like kind of like the counter engage. HH picking up the counter engage support again. So, you're kind of hoping on PP to go in, but Sivir is kind of just sitting there clearing waves. Just kind of just like pressing QW, one-shotting the wave, walking away. You try and hit CC on her, she presses E. So, like, again, I feel like we're not going to have too much interaction in this bot lane. Mid lane, I'm also kind of assuming not too much interaction. Maybe early. But later, Xerath could just like stand behind his tower and farm. So honestly, I think we're going to see most action top lane again. Followed up by probably by mid lane. And then bot lane, I feel like again, nothing's going to happen. Like nothing's going to happen bot lane until like drag fight, where something has to happen. Or, well, something doesn't have to happen technically. Technically, you can just give drag. But moving on to the ults, I feel like PP has really good team fight. I mean, Maokai ult, Skarner ult, Sivir ult. Like, Maokai ult just locks everybody down. Skarner ult, you can grab somebody or a lot of buddies and drag them around with you. Sivir, or hold them in place. Sivir R, obviously, is going to help you chase up. In fact, you can throw a Maokai R from far away, use Sivir R to run at them. Skarner R off just the Sivir R speed, be able to run up inside of people's faces and just grab them. Definitely a lot of good, solid engage there from PP's ults. But I feel like HH's ults aren't terrible either. I mean, if PP ends up kind of like heavily relying on one character, like if they're like heavily relying on Skarner, Trundle just kind of ult Skarner, could be a huge turner. I mean, depending on how Udyr builds, and depending on how he levels his skills, he could do some massive damage, maybe like a big R damage there with what is it, the Ice Phoenix? I can't remember the actual name of it. And then obviously Taric ulti, making like almost everybody, potentially everybody, I should say, invulnerable. But then Xerath ult not really doing too much besides just being a global massacre. So not really impactful directly to a team fight, other than just the fact that it's applying damage. But not bad. Not bad for sure. I feel like HH doesn't really have like the same kind of engagey ults that PP does, but they definitely still have ults that could be pretty decent in a team fight. But I am also curious to see how the Trundles play this game, because I feel like last game Volibear could have made some big impact if he was doing the right split pushes at the right times, the right parts of the map, but it was never really happening. And I know that Trundle is good on split pushing, so I'm curious to see if they're going to try and go for more of a split pushing at the right places and teleporting to the right places kind of thing, or if it's just going to be end up being a kind of helping out the team here kind of thing. But now we can finally, well, we could hop into game if I adjust everything correctly. Now we can hop into game. Hopefully. So here we are, got our some change ups from HH. We got Toru in the top lane, Monarch in the jungle, and then the rest of it is the same as before. Same team from PP.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Got our line of scrimmage going up. Meanwhile, HH looking to gather up, maybe grab a kill.
30 seconds until minions
But they
spawn.
don't really have any hooks, so there's not a whole lot to walk up into. I guess they're just kind of sitting there to wait and see if PP are gonna try something like last game where they walked up with a Thresh.
Put that out,
But it looks like PP is just gonna sit back, do a casual line of scrimmage this time.
Now it's your turn.
Minions have spawned.
What is up with this timer, by the way? Is this like Grubs and Rift Herald being displayed on top of each other? Whatever. Right moment.
Autumn's wind.
So Saw Dude starting top. Monarch starting bottom this time. Well, not this time. I guess technically they weren't jungling last time. But Saw Dude starting top again is likely just going to look to do a full clear, especially on Skarner. I'm pretty sure you kind of want to... Usually what I see is they try and get Heartsteel as fast as possible. All three of these lanes, I mean, despite two of them being kind of pushed back, actually dealing a decent job at doing some chip damage. Actually, I kind of mixed up one of those in my head, because it's Resist in the bot lane is doing kind of the most here, using a lot of these Qs and Ws to kind of poke a little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, looking at Ashe still full health. It's a little bit of poke, not a whole lot. And Sivir back, what can Sivir buy? Just like a dagger? What is Sivir going back for? A Cole, I see. Looking to just send the waves, farm them, get some extra gold. Playing aggressive to help get those waves pushed in. Create a back opportunity. And get that Cole early. Thresh having a little roam mid, not going to get anything out of that. Saw Dude and Zesty Queso moving into the bot lane, but Saw Dude, his E is gonna run out as he gets through the wall. That's the big issue with Skarner is, yes, he can go through walls with his E, but it eats up a lot of that E distance, especially trying to go through that wall. So it gives you a good gank angle. Does take away one of your CC abilities. Sergeant and Mithril gonna get ran down a little bit by Toru. Toru getting a big chunk of damage out there. Gonna force Mithril to back away, back to base. Ooh, Vermilion dropping low here. Blitz Sprite has the cooldowns. Vermilion forced to flash away from the E that could have finished them off. Flash and likely TP gonna be spent by Vermilion here. And now PP hovering around Dragon, looking to get it started. But HH wants to contest. Wandering Monarch getting near. Drag at 2k. R coming out. Drag at 600. Will go over to PP, but HH is going to follow up. Fortunately, First Blood's going to go over to PP from that. With Queso letting that hook, the Ignite ticking away, grabbing that First Blood. Resist flashing forward, trying to finish off, but unfortunately, it's going to be Hwei QW that is going to finish off instead of Resist. They did sub out for second game. They subbed out Vivian from jungle to put Monarch in jungle into her top. Mithril going in a little deep because Toru was low, but little do they know Monarch is there, gonna be able to take him out. Blitz Sprite helping out a little bit with the ults, maybe even considering that, taking a kill. Natsuyuki though so far forward, Layla so far back. Gazette Queso finding the opportunity to take advantage. Resist not able to finish it off because Natsuyuki uses the barrier, the Q, not enough damage. That's going to be the end of that engage. Layla able to help bring them both down low. Natsuyuki might be able to sustain up enough for something to happen here. Dusty Queso flashing forwards with the hook. Not going to land anything. Ooh, boy. Grub's going to be picked up here for HH. HH always on top of these grubs. Although this time he only got 2 from the first set. Vermilion using the R on Blood Sprite. Will he be able to get a kill here? No, he will not. Because he will get hit by the stun from Blood Sprite. Maokai took a smart move, picked up that Bramble Vest early. Ooh, Blitz Sprite getting comboed there. I was worried that he would have enough damage to kill him, but no, all he has is a Lost Chapter. Nothing to get too worried about. But he will be quite low and is staying low on both that health and mana. But he is able to farm up pretty safely here. Vermilion not really having too much mana themselves. Resist getting some poke damage out there. That's the case. So trying to land a hook. Hook could have been game-changing, but, well, not game-changing, but at least getting a kill. But unfortunately does not land. It was just short of hitting Layla. Hex flashing over the wall, looking for a hook opportunity, but not going to see anything. Hex flash, such a beautiful, beautiful rune. Did he just auto the ranged minion instead of the cannon minion? Where's the coaches? Toru going in a little bit on Mithril, not using the ult, but Mithril gonna feel the need to pop out his ult. Dusty Queso unaware that an Udyr is here. Both junglers here, but they don't know it until right now when they're gonna find out. Big fight breaking out. Layla in deep, gonna hit the stun. Has enough health for now, but that's gonna go away quick. Dusty Queso, unfortunately, again getting the kill. The rest of HH able to get away, but ult coming out from Blitz Sprite, not going to get too much way. Following up, going to use the advantage of him being self-rooted by the ults to get some damage out. But again, nothing fully following through from all of that. Until now, it looks like we're going to get a dive. Blitzbright low, trying to get away, but he's in a mobile mage. But Layla coming back up to help him. Blitzbright low from the way QW. Sawdude now hitting Layla into the wall. Layla, no team nearby, going to drop low, and Vermilion able to finish them off. All of PP there so low, but yet it's still not enough. HH gonna lose some health there, gonna lose a player, lose, I don't know, lose kills, gain deaths. Toru doing big damage to that tower, able to just smack on that for a while and run away. You kind of gotta love that. That's gotta be one of the most satisfying things, honestly. Is just smacking on a tower and dealing huge damage while somebody just has to kind of sit there and watch you do it. Okay, so walking up. Oh, predicting Natsuki's dodge. Natsuki gonna be dropping low. The box slowing them down, but the barrier. Oh, it's so huge. The barrier. It's so large. You can't penetrate that barrier. It's like the Mexican-American border wall. Except no, that one's pretty crossable. Resist, unfortunately, for the second time, getting cucked by a barrier. Gonna have an engage from Sawdude here, grabbing Wandering Monarch through the wall, dragging him around, and it's not gonna end there. Tark ult coming out, only gonna be able to save Layla, not able to save Natsuki in time. Flashing away as the entirety of PP chases. Blitzbright dropping low on the mana, but will be able to use the Blast Cone to escape that immobile mage, finding some mobility in the jungle and getting away. Now Toru starting to try and fight Mithril, but again, between these two, whilst there is a little more fighting happening and not a whole lot of actual killing. Queso sitting on a ward though, gonna get engaged on by Monarch. Monarch though not gonna be able to find the damage. Natsuki as well. Not gonna have the necessary front line to be able to do too much there because PP definitely would have done some big chunks of damage to Monarch. Mithril starting to get some good trades here onto Toru. Toru not doing too well here. Also low on mana. Toru having to back away here. Zetsukeso again, Hex flashing over the wall, looking for an opportunity, flaying the minions to kill them to hopefully get a hook, and the hook just barely goes to the side. Natsuki. Real close one. Real close one. It's kind of... Oh. Herald started by Sawdude, but looks like he's going to get found by HH. Sawdude, they were able to easily get away over the wall using that Crystal Arrow coming up, but it's going to be way too late. It looks like maybe... I don't want to say anything too early. Okay, yes, HH is able to secure the Herald. Might be a tower dive here. Ooh, the barrier coming out again. It's gonna save Natsuki again, but the Knight is ticking, and Knight finishes them off. Setsukizo getting another kill for their lane. And now Layla slowed down by the box. The Boomerang Pizza able to finish them off. Sivir might have been starving a little bit from Zetsukeso getting so many Ignite finishes, but
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Gonna get 600 gold from that turret. Gonna get gold from those kills. And gonna get gold from their Cole. So that Sivir is gonna start becoming pretty big. I'm excited. Are they gonna follow up IE with Flick Blades? That would be huge. I don't know if that's like super huge on Sivir, but I like it. You spam. But yeah, Phantom Dancer was probably a better choice. To answer the question about how I found the Beer League, I actually was in a Captain Flowers stream and just asked Captain Flowers, how do I find more casting opportunities? And I can't remember who from there. I can check my DMs because I want to remember who. But somebody else watching. It was Simino Mas. Simino Mas invited me to the Beer League to do casting. And who knows, maybe I'll participate if I ever feel like actually committing myself to playing some ranked. But why play ranked when I can play ARAM? ARAM clashes. But besides ARAM clashes, Natsuki getting hit here by a hook again. Layla trying to use the ult to save them, but it's not going to come down anywhere nearly in time. Resist picking up another kill. A lot of gold is in Reese's pocket. It's not looking very good. You know, it's funny. I'm glad I'm not the only person that does that. You can see like the ward placed right underneath the heralds. I always spam 4 when I'm placing heralds, and then I'll like use my sweeper at the same time that I'm heralding. I'm glad I'm not the only person. Ooh, Mithril getting cut out here. The flash forward from Monarch, stunning him down in place. Mithril dropping low, but they're going to be able to get a kill back from Million. Picking up a kill with his ult, trying to finish off Toru too. That QW almost being able to hit. So close to getting more damage. This Blackfire Torch, I'm curious. I don't know how recently this got built. But it's done 500 damage so far. That seems like a lot if it's Reese. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it too much. Saw a dude able to take out Blitz Sprite there. Blitz Sprite just trying to do a little bit of split pushing, picking up some towers, but wasn't paying attention to where the team was. Wasn't paying attention to who was on vision. Is going to get punished for pushing up that far as an immobile mage.
Up the mountain we go.
Honestly, even though HH's comp is looking like a lot better this game, this game feels so much more lost, which is weird because they didn't really have too much of a way to win last game, but they still felt like they were doing better. But now it's rough. I mean, Rhesus is just absolutely stomping with this Sivir. And this Wei isn't too bad either. The box slowing down Monarch. Layla getting low. Gonna bring out the ult. Monarch going invulnerable, but they're not gonna be able to catch up to anybody. Saw Dude. Gonna be bringing down Monarch. Locking down into place, but it's not gonna do too much. Vermilion finished off. Layla with the QW. That QW is so aggravating. Actually, the most tilting Quay ability to exist. It's like 10-mile range and nukes the entirety of Detroit out of existence. I just don't even know what to say about it. Now PP are going to be able to pick up 2 mid turrets, and maybe even I can pick up a fight here. Hold on, I think I just saw it. Fresh Hex Flash forwards. Smite coming down onto Zesticaso. Zesticaso is going to be slowed. No team is going to come to help him. They are just giving up on him. They're saying, let him go. Let him be. He's gone. He's gone. Say goodbye.
A summoner has disconnected.
Let's write lost connection. Oh, they thought. Okay. Blue screen. What is the deal with replay chat? Why is it all just like coming through in 1 second? I wonder if that means they like just unpaused in real time. Does that mean I'm gonna just be here for like 3 minutes? This could be a 3-minute pause. Alright. Breaking open some Pringles because I'm really hungry. And then we're going to have a look at the items. So Skarner has managed to get his Heartsteel. Looks like he only has 1 stack on it so far. We're going to have 2 Bomby Cinders on PP. Honestly, the Maokai feels like worthless here. Is this all we had? That sounded really toxic. The way I phrased that. But like I don't know. I mean, it's not worthless. It's super not worthless. Like that ult is like crazy good. Let me see if I can back up and see if it works. 'Cause I've had this problem a lot when I was casting my university games. Where it would freeze.
A summoner has disconnected.
Alright, there we go. Now it looks like it's working.
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh, nope, never mind. I spoke too early. Just sit here and wait. There we go, okay. I mean, like, Mithril is, like, looking useless in lane, sure. But all they need to do is press R. And there they go. They pressed R. They did the thing, and bam, they got a kill. Just that easy. Just that easy. Just as I was talking about it, he gave me a clear example. You just gotta press R. I guess that's what they demoted Mithril to. They said you're on press R duty. Anyways, I'm going to hop back onto items, because I said I was going to talk about them during the pause, and I didn't talk about them too much. I just looked at, like, Skarner and Maokai. But I want to look at the AC items, because I kind of wanted to bring this up last game. I wasn't super sure about it, though. I mean, the team that I was going to criticize ended up winning anyways, so this doesn't matter. But, like, I don't like ADC non-crit builds, because IE is such an overpowered item. And you can't change my mind about that. Because, like, just building IE and then just, like, getting 4 crit items just makes you do so much damage, especially when you have, like, Lord Doms, which is the best armor pen item even after the nerfs and even after changes. But I'm going to try and cut that off now because we're going to have some engages here. Monarch getting caught out, though, by the enemy team. Layla as well, again getting caught out, not really having too many engages as much as we are just kind of having straight up murders across the field. But Toru just soloing 2 people at once. He's going to get knocked up against this wall, though. Is that going to be enough to take him out? No, it's not. Toru almost able to walk away, but that Blackfire Torch burn going to finish him off. Who picked up Triforce? Toru picked up Triforce. That's good. Oh, sorry, that's gonna be huge. Now PP able to hop back on a dragon. Honestly, I'm just taking a second look at this game as PP now starts to pick up Soul. Actually, they're not gonna pick up Soul. Chat was talking about this earlier. It's not PP Soul if it's not a 10-minute fight. And we're getting the 10-minute fight. And we have another disconnect from HH? What is happening?
Has reconnected.
What is happening? They're all playing from the same house. It's not Rage Quits. It's not Rage Quits. They're all just playing from the same house and sharing an Ethernet cable, so they have to keep plugging it into each person's computer. Like, they plug it in, they press an ability, then they give it to the next person. That's what's happening. And then sometimes they're just not quick enough. Or they drop the cable, and they're like, oh man, I disconnected. So if anything, it's impressive that HH is doing this well, while only being able to input one ability every 5 seconds, so they keep passing the Ethernet cable around. What are people's thoughts on Jack's Show Rush? Because I saw some people being like, I don't know about Jack's Show Rush, or they were like kind of like talking about like, this seems weird, but to me, I think it's good. Jack's Show still feels like a really good item, and I feel like rushing that as your first armor item is pretty good. And I bring this up because that's what Udyr did. So he went Liandry's into Jack's Show, or maybe it was the reverse order. I wasn't fully paying attention, but I'm pretty sure it was Liandry's into Jack's Show. But like the reason that I think that it's good is because like while you're building your next tank items, the components of those tank items are scaling percentage wise. It's percentage wise, right? Yeah. So like I think it could be good for that reason, because it gives you that mixed the mixed resistances on top of also scaling the components of the next items you're building. And I don't know, so, like there are tank items that do have good passives, but sometimes in some games it can kind of just feel like there's like nothing that's actually helpful. And when you have to go up against a Fed Hui and a Fed Sivir, it can be hard to choose which resistance type you might need. I think it's actually, you know what, this is actually kind of interesting. I both like and hate the new mage pen item, because okay, hopefully we're using them soon. But I both like and hate the new mage pen item because like without that item, way building pen here is like kind of troll. There's like nothing to penetrate here. You would just build like I mean, you'd either be building it in anticipation or you'd just be building like Shadow Flame or something. Something that just has like the flat pen. But with the new Crypt Bloom, you can, like, if you just, like... If you're just like, well, I just kind of, like, they just, like, have, like, some MR, so, like, I might as well as build some Magic Pen. Then you can just, like, build Crypt Bloom, and then you have this, like, crazy AoE heal that gives you big help in team fights. But I also hate that mages have access to that, because I hate mages. Even though I also play mages, but we won't talk about that.
Seek the forest's close.
The classic spectator freeze, gotta love it. Speaking of items to love and hate, Knight's Vow. Love that item. Does it still have health regen? I can't remember because it's changed several times. It has health regen, armor, health. Okay.
You're paying my reward.
Knight's Vow I love. Knight's Vow is so good. Especially because you can just be like, I have health. I can kind of tank things. We have a fed carry. Alright, Knight's Vow. It's kind of funny. But the Knight's Vow and Locket, both of those, so good. So good. Such good items. Ooh, looks like PP's gonna catch Blitz Sprite a little. Not even that deep, but unfortunately deep enough inside of PP to get punished for it. Meanwhile, Toru just running way down. Collecting that shutdown, collecting big gold into his pocket, but don't know if that's going to be enough gold to overcome the 7k gold difference that currently exists even after that shutdown. So Toru getting some good split pushes off this game. Unfortunately, PP is going to get Baron off of this. Mithril able to stop the push from fully happening. Monarch, you kind of need minions. Look, if you don't necessarily need minions to tank the tower, but you do need minions so that the tower resistances go down. And you are going to be able to take that tower, but PP is going to sweep in and sweep up those kills. Rhesus getting a double kill for himself. Throwing that pizza boomerang around. PP is going to start making their way towards that mid tower. Their wave lagging a little bit behind though. But Baron empowered means that Blitz Sprite can't just one-shot the wave. Their wave will be able to step into the tower. Mithril throwing down the ult. They're going to look to dive here. Toru dropping down low and dying instantly. Blitz Sprite between his two towers, unable to get away as Mithril just tanks like casually 20 tower shots from both of those Nexus turrets. Saw dude now doing the tanking. Layla going down, but he is going to die. Natsuyuki, can they lay down enough damage? Vermilion goes down. Zesty, Queso, Mithril are next, but Rhesus, too much damage, is going to slice their head off with Pizza. Pizza slice their head off. That wasn't a good one. I'm sorry about that one. But PP is going to pick up game 2, pick up the series. And it will go, as the predictions went, PP 2-0 against HH. Regardless, still some decent games. Game 1, pretty darn exciting. actually, kind of, in a way. But both teams performed amazingly. And that will be the end of this series. I hope everybody had fun. It was fun having my Beer League debut cast. Good night.